Okay, so welcome to the Margin Business Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Today with a special edition for our PPC, DSP specialists, and anyone who wants to know more about DSP, really a deep dive into it, because normally we only scratch a little bit the surface. But I think today you will get a lot more. We got Dejan with us from the boostsocial.com, and he will explain more about DSP, as this is his specialty. And myself, I'm very excited as well, because it's very, very interesting to know a bit more about DSP, because we cannot throw it in one basket with PPC. So everything has its own space, everything has its own place. So let's begin. Dejan.
Hey, Omar! Thanks you for having me today. I think this will be a very interesting conversation today for sellers, because we will talk about things which are not really taught anywhere else. We will talk about beyond 1 month view, or we will look forward for your next 5, 10, 20 years of your business. If you will stay on Amazon, this will be very useful. If you will not stay on Amazon, it will be useful just as well. So I'm here today to really provide you a value. So let's dive into the slides, Omar. So the Amazon DSP is a platform which is super underutilized, and it's not available to anybody. And not anybody. I mean, not everybody. It's not public available like Facebook ad, right? You would go to Facebook, open your bank account, advertising account, and start advertising. And the same goes with the Amazon PPC. Everybody can come and start bidding on t-shirt, white t-shirt, black t-shirt. And when 5 million sellers over the planet on Amazon start bidding like this, advertising costs are going just high. You have seen this in your business. If you are longer than 1 month, you have seen that the cost of PPC is just getting crazy. The more sellers, the more crazy it gets. And it's extremely hard for big brands as well to stay at break even, leave alone profitable, but at break even. This is a good KPI. So it's a good metric if you are at least breaking even with PPC. Of course, depends on category, but most categories are very populated compared to, let's say, 5, 7 years ago. So I would just like to bust some myths here regarding this Amazon advertising. So a lot of sellers will say it's not profitable anymore, or people will say it is very competitive, Amazon, which is kind of true, but I will show you today that it is not true. Before that, I would just like to tell you 5 things about me. So it's my name is Dejan. I'm from Slovenia, but I live in Spain. I'm working online, so I have business online for 2 decades this year, so which is 24 years. So wow. I have seen it all. I can say all. So I know where to go, what to do, and especially what not to do to stay very profitable and having incredible lifestyle 24 years, right? So I'm coming from the data background. I was teaching statistics on university, and I like teaching, but it's not really profitable category, right? So no professor is very, very wealthy. So I kind of didn't stay in that area, but I love it. And on 2013, I started selling on Amazon by myself. And at the same time, when I was learning, I opened an agency to help other sellers to do better as well. At that time, there was no courses, there was no gurus, there was nothing. It was just Amazon. There was nothing, right? No keyword tracking. This didn't exist. Then this agency was using all kinds of ads: Google ads, Facebook ads, native ads, Snapchat, everything you can imagine, right? So in 2016, 17, we came across Amazon DSP. And then this changed everything, changed the trajectory of our business. Totally, 100%. the data which Amazon gives you inside, it's buyers' data. It's not Facebook likers' data. And Amazon DSP is not available like any other account, like advertising account you go and open. It was designed for big brands, for vendors. You know, P&G, Pampers, Coca-Cola, IBM, IKEA, Toyota. These are the big brands advertising with Amazon DSP. And the rest of the sellers do not have access to this platform. And then on the next slide, I would just like to illustrate how looks Amazon PPC. It looks like this. It's not really competitive, but it is very crowded, right? Yes. And here is the proof of one of accounts how ACOS grows over years, not over 2 years. The first data we have is 2014. It's a lot of trajectory here behind, and you can see it was going from 20, ACOS 20 to 40 all day long, right?
Yeah.
It is some changes here in between. That's why it stopped growing like crazy, but still, the new competitors come. They bid the same keywords. Everybody bids the same keywords, and the price goes up because this is a bid, right? Okay. So with PPC, there is more than just that competition. I mean, it's competition on steroids, which we will see on another slide. It's a click fraud, right? Click fraud is when your competitors click on your ads. Amazon claims that they do filter these clicks, but we all know that we mysteriously get.
It's not possible yet. I mean, half possible, maybe, half possible, but we need to understand, our audience need to understand, because this is one of the most questions. Has Amazon the click fraud already taken into account? Does it do something for them or not?
No, Amazon does use mode.com. Mode.com, it's a service which kind of finds these bots and this stuff, but it doesn't work. We have account on mode.com, and you can test your own clicks, and when we test, our fake clicks are going through, so they're not able to really effectively to battle this thing. So we have no idea how much our competitors click this. And then to prove this further, on the next slide you will see a real world research. This is a real world research. So how much of this PPC fraud there it is. So there is one article 2 years ago, almost $4 billion in e-commerce only, not other websites.
That's a
Google.
Business.
This is
a business on its own.
This is a huge business, and it's very difficult to find you, because if you are smart and you do it properly, which we will see again in another slide, it is extremely streamlined. It's not, let's put it this way, it's not very difficult to make it work, these fraud farms. And these people are making millions and millions from this fraud, right? So here, let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look. So how would you do this? I will just show you here how you could do this. So creating this kind of click farm, it's called click farm, is very easy. You need residential IPs, then you need virtual machines or browser profiles, and then you create a bot, and the bot will, then you run the bot, and then you click around, here is exactly the process. You see, you load the page, then you search for some text, so where will be advertisements. So you do this on your own page, right? And then you find these competitors, and the bot will click them. Click, 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 click all day long, and they will change them, and so on. So they will show the ad, they will not sell anything, and Amazon will say, you do not deserve to be here for such a low price. If you want to stay, you can, but you will pay more. And this is what happens a lot. How much? On the next slide, we will see. It's almost 30%, 29.74%. This is ppcprotect.com. Adobe found that 28% of the clicks are fraudulent. 28. How much? Wow. This is. What does this mean for sellers? This is crazy, right? 30%.
Definitely.
So what does this mean? Yeah, this is insane. So on next slide, then you will see one account which spent 1.25 million in advertising. On next slide, let's load this slide. Just a second. I'm sorry for the delay. This one sellers, a previous one, with the Mr. Jeff.
Mr. Jeff Bezos, yeah.
Yeah. So what does this mean for sellers, right? And who is affected? It's you, a seller. So this is one account which spent 1.25 million in PPC on Amazon. And if we use this 29.74% click fraud, means that Amazon didn't prevent $367,000 of ad waste, right? Which is one house here in southern Spain with a pool with 3 bedrooms with a beautiful view to the sea. This is what you lose. The bigger the account, the more you lose, because you are unable to filter this, and Amazon doesn't. Why? Obviously, they don't have interest, and it is not very a big deal yet. So that's why they don't. This is reality. And then on the other side, Amazon DSP, because it's not so crowded, it's really for bigger players. And the audiences and the tools itself are so strong, are so powerful that these are results from one of our own seller, right? So this is not, of course, all the seller all time. This is one campaign for 1 month. It was 1,500 sales, close to, right? And the ROAS, which means return on ad spend, was 29.08, which means we pay to Amazon DSP $1 and we sell for $30 of products, right? And if you transform this into PPC language, would be ACOS, would be 3.44% at this level.
A dream.
Yeah, it is a dream. It really is a dream. 3% at scale. This is unheard of. Now, why and how does this really happen? It happens because of this. So Amazon has DSP. Inside DSP incorporates all kind of third-party data. This is really data platform. It's not for playing. It's not for fun. It's not funny at all. It's very complex. There is a lot of things, but there, if you know what to do with them, like a doctor's surgery for heart, for example, he can do miracles with this, his tools and his hands and his knowledge. Here is the same, right? Here the tools are extremely powerful. For example, DSP has, on this picture are 3, but now they have 4 different third-party services, outside services, which do prevent this click fraud. Even not click fraud, but even before the ad is being shown to the fraudulent computer or activity, IP or whatever, it's not even shown. It's called pre-bid. Yeah, pre-bid. Before you even bid, you check this. So you have 4 different services and you can put them all at the same time. So it has to filter first one and the second one and the third one and the fourth one. And only if nothing was suspicious, only then you will go into bid and then show your ad. This is extremely powerful. How much we have seen, right? It's a villa in Spain, southern Spain. Then here, targeting. Targeting is just it's out of this world, really, out of this Amazon normal PPC world. It's kind of Facebook level targeting, but this is not likers or some people who don't spend money. These are buyers. They have credit card on Amazon on file. And for example, the first one, barbecue sauces in market, means in market is a person who is looking to buy something, because on Amazon you don't go for recreation like you go on Facebook. You go to buy something, to spend the money, right? So you can just take a look, what can you possibly target, right? If you sell bird food you have directly this audience. If you sell board games, well, you have this audience. If you sell, for example, bicycle car racks, you have audience. If you sell something to babies, to parents who have baby between 0 and 2 years, you have this audience. You can say, you can then select your gender. You can select your age. I mean, the most crazy one below is raisins. If you sell raisins, you have an audience, right? So it's super granular. It's more than 16,000 these audiences. And apart from that, you can upload to your own email list. You can show your ads only to your customers from Amazon, which this kind of audience is not available anywhere else. So you can make really, really good numbers. So this is a real example. It's for 7 days. It doesn't mean that in 21 days will be like totally worse or totally better. It will be more or less the same. Slowly optimization will go on all the time. So in 7 days, we spent about $1,000. Current and future sales were almost $52,000. And the ROAS of this is 45.44, right? Which would be ACOS of 2.2%. And this is 7 days. 7 days. This point number one, let me explain, current and future sales. So we sell current sales are sales sold right now when we have campaign. But future sales are subscribe and save customers, for example. Or, so for example, subscribe and save customers. If you sell something which is replenishable, people get to subscribe and save. So you create campaign, which will get your old buyers to not again buy and click your ad and spend your ad money, but they will go to subscribe and save program and just get delivered. And we have again data how much every subscribe and save customer will spend with you, so you can project your future sales. With PPC, you have no clue what's going on. You have no clue. On Facebook, you have no clue what's going on, right? It's very difficult to measure. But because this is native Amazon platform, this is all integrated, right? So this would be then monthly, of course, times 4, approximately, a little bit more. So this is close to $250,000 of sales with $4,000 ad spend, right? Which is, of course, unheard of. It's unheard of and it's very profitable. So it's really your choice to, you won't just sell like everybody else and be in this crowded arena, or if you want to go on some beach where there is like proper space, some proper bar. So I would like to invite you to talk to us if you are interested. You need to book a call. We will this year book on board only 15, maybe more sellers, because we do it very on a one-on-one. It's not some mass service. It's really one-on-one. Everything is tailored for the seller, so they get really great results, as you have seen, right? So you can contact on this page here down, www.thebushsocial.com/contact. It's just a little tiny contact form. You fill it, you send over, then we will talk about your brand, what are your goals, what you currently do, and so on. And then we will see if you can help you, because we cannot help everybody. You need to have some sales already going on, some audiences you need to have, because again, this is data platform. It works with data, and without data, you cannot do much, right? It's difficult to optimize zero. So you need to have something going on, and we can optimize a lot. Now, Omar, if you have any questions, I would like just to maybe
What are the actual requirements? Because we know, for example, PPC, you need a certain amount per month, or it's not, you don't need it, but it's like, you know, everything. You need a certain amount in order to make it on PPC or make an impact, because if your amount is too small, you're gonna just throw money at Amazon. Is this the same in DSP? And what would be your suggestion? I mean, how much would be your estimation that you need to put in monthly in order to see a correct return, if the requirements are good? So just and another question would be as well, your requirements in general if you take somebody on, because it's not so easy, and if there's a turnaround or anything of that kind. I know there's a lot of questions in between. I can talk to them, I can ask them as well one by one afterwards.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, this is absolutely good question. Yeah, so because this is really data platform, you work with data. We don't work with some keywords, right? We work with really data. So in order to have some data to work with, you as a seller would need to have at least $50,000 of sales revenue per month. This gives you enough data for us to work with and get you on the track, increase your sales. But what we do see consistently is when we do optimize our first campaign, which is a retargeting campaign. So you stop losing the seller, the buyers who would buy somewhere else from competitor. You increase your sales in about 2 months or 3 months, inside 3 months, for about 20 to 30%. This is how powerful it is just retargeting your lost customers who would buy elsewhere, right?
Okay. I think it's something really that which is going really deep, even deeper than PPC. I mean, although in PPC you can, you need to have data as well in order to be very effective. So you need to let the campaigns run a bit. Do we have already to provide the data for you, or will you do the research on your own?
So Amazon DSP has the tools to work with this seller data. So we take you as a seller we open in your behalf account, and then we put under your account all your products, your ASINs. And then we take these ASINs, and based on these ASINs we give to Amazon. Amazon gives us data. We say, show me who was looking at my product, at your products, seller, last 7 days, last 14 days, right? Amazon will give us this data. So it's not required really anything except the budget and a goal of a seller, what they want to achieve. Everything is done by us. And even if you would have access to this, it's extremely complex. So you will just not make it work, to put it simply. I'm not trying to exaggerate, but really, I know people who have this Amazon DSP platform, and they just never make it work because it's too much. It's really too much. It's so many parameters you need to tweak and have in account based on your brand, on your product cycle. Right? You have products which have product cycle like television or solar panels or something much longer than some skincare or some supplement, right? You replenish every, 20, 30 days, these products replenishable. But like, kitchen table, you don't do this, right? So it's different cycle. So everything needs to be really adapted to each category and type of product and seller.
Okay, I mean, wow. Now, because we're most of the time exposed to the PPC side. I mean, there have been coming reports through of DSP, but I think out there's a little bit of a misconception, not for everyone, but for a few people, and as well for a lot of sellers, which want to understand DSP more and want to go into it because they understand the power of it. How can you help exactly these sellers? You do this on a one-on-one basis? Because you can, with PPC we have certain tools. We can use tools. They adapt the beddings. Everything is a bit already. It's going out into the automation. Okay, whatever. Everything gets automated. Yeah. Yes. So what would be here the stage of DSP? Where are we now, and where do you think it's going to go, the DSP as well? Is it just the beginning, or are we looking at a super sophisticated program which will take over the whole advertising space on Amazon?
It will not. Just because of that, we were talking just now, right? So each product is different. Each cycle of the product rebuying is different. You know, you buy kitchen table every, I don't know, 7-10 years maybe.
Yes.
Replenishable product would be 30 days. Again, not all are the same, replenishable. So you cannot just make categories and put buckets and put them inside and let it work. I mean, to some extent, it will work, of course. If you make some buckets, it's better than nothing. But to get real results like we have seen today, like at scale, 2% ACOS, you will not if you will not put your own brain. There is always human required to take a look at products, to see how it works, to see how PPC works, to understand the buyer. You need to understand the buyer. Here we don't work with, we see here beyond this data. We don't work, I say we work with data, but in reality, what happens is this data gives us insight into customer mind. Right? So through data, we see what customer wants, what customer doesn't want, what kind of devices the customer is using, right? Do they use computer? Do they use mobile phone? This is a big one. So it is not at the moment, and I believe it will never be possible to make it totally everything 100% automized, right? Automized.
Okay.
Here we go. Anyway, so I think it's clear, right? So we do talk one-on-one with each seller, see the product line, see how they work, who are competitors, where they have some strengths, how we can get. Then that is another campaign, right? How to steal customers from the competitors. So yes. This is very dynamic on this front line, right? So you have to work one-on-one. It's not just you set bid and you go, because you can do it, obviously, right? But you will get no these incredible results everybody is looking for. And this is the edge you can have to have so much profitability, and other sellers will not. So you can I don't know, you can invest this money into something else, maybe in your new products in product line, or quantity, so you can get them cheaper, or whichever. So this is not like magic wand or something. It's one very important piece in aeroplane cockpit, but there are also other buttons, right? So, but this one is very important. It can give you big leverage. A lot of profit, actually, right? Would be this leverage you have here.
Okay, so yeah, that's great. It's theboost.social.com, and Dejan will help you to scale through DSP. If you have any questions, send him an email. He's always available. I think either on LinkedIn or on through the theboost.social.com website. You can always ask questions, and like I said, it's very complex, the DSP platform, and I'm sure he will be very good to help you. And yeah, waiting for your emails as well.
Yeah. So thank you, Umar, for your invitation today. I hope we did some demystified this PPC world and why it's so expensive now, and what would be maybe the next step in strategy for sellers to go for more profit, right? To go where not everybody is. This is the idea, right? So have your own category where you're only you, and maybe if just there was 2 more competitors, and that's it. This is very beneficial in every business at any time, right? Less competition and leverage, right? So this is what we are looking for here.
Sounds really good. And I think we should cover this, what you just mentioned, in a live session very soon, because I think there is not enough information out there for DSP. There is lots of questions, and I think we should go live with that and ask. Maybe some people can ask questions live as well, which will make this very interesting as well. Yeah, I believe this would be very beneficial for a lot of sellers, right? To ask exactly what they think of, or what are their doubts or questions when we go through the topic, right? Because that time it's fresh, so you have like genuine question. I had this, I had that. Exactly.
You know, later, you know, you forget, something happens, you don't send email, it just doesn't happen. So it's there you have it on a pile of work and you just never done. So yeah, I believe this live is very good interaction.
Okay,
I
let's
like
let's do that. Let's do that. Next days we will come back live and take your questions. Then thank you so much for being here, Dejan, and speak soon. Yeah.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.